Hey everyone, it's Cory McCarthy and thank you for tuning in. Well, I'm back. I took some much needed time off last week, frankly with the abysmal performance of my last few videos and YouTube's relentless assault on my channel through incessant demonetization and deranking, and even a forced purge of 100 subscribers on the 9th. I've just felt a bit burnt out, thus I took a much needed break. For fuck's sake, when you search for my content using Google's video search, my YouTube videos do not come up in the results. Only my blog entries do, as highlighted here. Yet if you perform that same search using, say, Yahoo, my YouTube content is not withheld, as you can clearly see here. And that is not the case with, say, PewDiePie's content using Google search, just for a little comparison. So clearly Google is suppressing my content, shadow banning me if you will, and this is something that I've also heard Tim Pool complaining about recently. This is why I constantly request your support by way of likes, shares, Patreon pledges, ebook purchases, and the use of my affiliate links and codes such as Amazon and True Nutrition. You, my loyal viewers, are quite literally this channel's lifeline. Without your support, there just doesn't seem to be much point in continuing given the amount of time and effort that I put into each video, with everything else that's also on my plate. Anyway, rant over, on with the video. Videos such as this one discussing topics like women, attraction, and/or sexual success have proven to be some of my more engaging content. And guys have told me that they feel empowered by these videos and motivated to bettering themselves, and that's exactly what I want to see. I believe that some guys simply need a little nudge to truly awaken their self-confidence, a little dose of perspective to significantly improve their outlook and subsequent success. Enter the purpose of this video, a big old dose of evidence-based perspective. According to the CDC, only 53.3% of US adults meet the government's recommended aerobic physical activity guidelines, and only 23.2%, I repeat, 23.2%, let that sink in, meet both the aerobic and muscle strengthening guidelines. And that's just the basic guidelines. That means that nearly 77% of Americans, or 251,289,600 people at the time of survey, which was 2018, didn't even meet the basic strength training recommendations set forth by the US government. Which is as little as 2 or more days per week of at least moderate intensity weight training working all of the major muscle groups. So if you are one of the guys who watches my channel and you follow my advice regarding fitness, nutrition, supplementation, and lifestyle, you fall at the very least within the top 23% of Americans, physically speaking. But just how many folks in the top 23% actually lift intensely and consistently enough to produce head-turning results, in strength and/or size, that is? More specifically, how many are men? Well, based on available data, I can tell you this. As of 2015, only 8.9% of Americans engaged in weightlifting as a sport, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. Of that 8.9%, 70.3% were men. Which means that only about 6.25% of American men engaged in weightlifting as a sport in 2015. Ergo, if you are one of the men who watch my channel and you follow my aforementioned advice, at the very least you'd be within the top 7% of American men, physically speaking. Just think about that for a moment. And if you caught my recent video regarding American obesity projections, you'd know that by 2030, the physical state of your average American will be much worse than it is now. 50% of Americans are projected to be obese by 2030. Not overweight or obese, but full-blown obese. Which means that followers of this channel and adherents to my advice are basically gonna be a population rarity, physically speaking, to provide you with a visual representation of the divide that we can expect by 2030. Pictured on the left is Eric Helms, a natural bodybuilder with admittedly rather average physical genetics. Pictured on the right is some obese dude that I found on Google image search. And that dude on the right is projected to become rather commonplace by 2030. Why am I telling you this? Simply put, to offer you perspective and to motivate you, to push you to be the very fucking best that you can be, and to increase your market value in the process. To give you a quantifiable sense of where you truly stand compared to other men in the field, and where you could stand within the next decade if you bust your ass. Not only is weight training demonstrably good for building lean muscle, strengthening bones, managing weight, improving quality of life, managing chronic health conditions, and improving brain health, but I've also done countless research-based videos on how it can effectively make men more appealing to the opposite sex. Just search keywords such as attraction, women, or even sex on this channel, and you shall find those detailed videos. So it's both good for you and good for your love life, which can also be good for you. Unless, of course, you opt for batshit crazy, as Johnny Depp can attest to. But what about my own personal experience? Does my advice actually work for me? Well, I don't go around filming my day-to-day life, but I can show you evidence from my social media. These are two examples of very recent photos of me that I've shared on Facebook. One is from last Saturday, and the other is from Monday. And these are some of the comments that I have received from women on Facebook in response to my photos, or on YouTube in response to my videos. Now, granted, women aren't generally as forward in public as they are on social media, unless, of course, they're drunk or fucking crazy, but it's obvious that they're looking. So don't let anyone fool you. Having a built, strong-looking body does get you female attention. Research proves this, and it is also supported by anecdote and observation, including my own. Of course, a good body isn't the end-all be-all, but don't think that for a minute it doesn't matter and won't work in your favor. There are simply primal urges and biological reasons for why women are attracted to strong, healthy men. Especially in a day and age when testosterone levels have been plummeting among American men by an average of about 1% per year since the late 80s. Therefore, being a guy who is healthy and strong, and visibly so, will set you apart from the majority of dudes, the growing majority of dudes, in fact, and women, by and large, are craving what you can offer. Especially as their mate choices are shrinking faster than Joe Biden's presidential campaign. Even feminists admittedly desire real men, not these woke, castrated new males which have become the commonplace. Granted, being able-bodied and physically attractive is only part of the equation to reproductive success. It is not the end-all be-all. You do need to get your shit together with regards to career, finances, and your personality as well. You also have to exude confidence in yourself. Women aren't just going to fall into your lap. They want a man who displays drive and ambition. Even woke women admittedly still want men to engage in traditional courtship behavior such as chasing, proposing, initiating sex, etc., despite all of their bullshit rhetoric to the contrary. Luckily for you, weight training has also been shown in both research and anecdote to directly and indirectly heighten one's self-esteem. So that's even more reason to lift. The way that I've always described it is this: your body is your resume, and it can score you a date, much like a strong CV can land you a job interview. But you'll need to rely on everything else that makes you you, such as your behavior and how you present yourself, your character and your personality, etc., to land you the job and keep the job once you've secured it. The job, in this case, being, boyfriend, husband, family man, etc. So I hope this video has given you all some much needed perspective and motivation to help get your asses into gear. Perhaps you're more of a commodity than you thought. And that's why perspective is so useful. And for those who are uninterested in finding a partner and or starting a family, well, keep on keeping on, I guess, to each their own. Whenever I do videos of this sort, I always end up with the, fuck women and other MGTOW type comments. Just bear in mind that not all guys want to live, that kind of life. In fact, I'd argue that most don't. Many of us do want to share our lives with one good girl. Emphasis on good, they do exist. Just as I vehemently disapprove of feminists broadly branding all men as toxic rapists and misogynists, I also take issue with men doing similar to all women. I truly believe that neither feminism nor MGTOW are doing the West any favors. Both are causing a divide in their own right. But hey, if you truly think that flying solo serves you, and will continue to serve you 20, 30, 40 plus years into the future, hey, more power to you. But even if a small part of you thinks that you may regret that decision down the line, perhaps you should explore why that is before it's too late. Anyway, do leave your thoughts and comments below on what inevitably is but shouldn't be a contentious topic. And don't forget to like and share this video if you found it interesting. Your interaction truly helps this channel, and this video will no doubt be demonetized and deranked given the discussions related to sex and testosterone. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you have not already, the bell button for notifications, and check back here weekly, as all three avenues will help ensure that you do not miss any new content from me. Furthermore, check out the video description for links to my products and services, as well as my affiliate links such as Amazon and my Patreon and Subscribestar pages, and other ways that you can show your support to me and my channel if you genuinely enjoy and get use from what I provide here. That support means a whole lot. And that includes picking up any one of my science-based training and nutrition ebooks that I offer, which can help you get results like those seen on my clients pictured here. And don't forget to check out my latest ebook, The Right to Bear Arms, which will attack your guns in a strategic and scientifically sound manner, with the potential to double their growth over the course of 12 weeks compared to a more conventional training approach, as supported by human research. That ebook, as well as the others, are all linked below in the description. Hell, use the coupon code FORTHEWIN at checkout to receive 15% off of any of my ebooks, including the bundle offer, which already saves you $13.90. Thank you all for your continued support, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.